What if you could build a business with no ceiling? An idea that could just scale up forever? Well, there's this one software and AI company, Grezorea, and they've pretty much built their entire identity around that single massive concept. So today, let's break down exactly how they're trying to pull it off.
So, what does it mean to grow without limits? I mean, that's a huge question, right? For a tech company, are we talking about handling 1 billion users just as easily as, say, 1,000? Or maybe it's an AI model that can chew through a data set that literally never stops growing, and it doesn't even flinch. Or is it something even bigger, something more fundamental about the potential of our own creativity? This is the core idea we're going to dig into. And yep, that one company is Grezorea. They're convinced they have the answer. And it's all built on this really specific framework of vision, engineering, and, well, impact. So we're going to break down their entire blueprint piece by piece.
All right, so every great company starts with the why, right? You got to have that core purpose. So what's the fundamental reason Grezorea even exists? What's their big, audacious dream?
Okay, so this is their vision statement, but let's zoom in on those key words: intelligent, efficient, and scalable. See, this isn't just about making some cool AI for the sake of it. No, it's a super strategic choice. They're building systems that can handle massive enterprise-level demands without breaking a sweat. That right there, that's the ultimate destination they're shooting for, their North Star. And hey, if the vision is the destination, then this mission, this is their daily driver. This is what gets them there, day in and day out. And notice how it totally shifts the focus. It's not about their tech anymore. It's about you, the end user. The goal isn't just to build these incredibly powerful systems, but to build systems that let a regular person take a simple, raw idea and actually turn it into something real, something tangible. So you can see how these two things work together, right? It creates this really powerful dynamic. The vision, that's the massive long-term ambition, to lead the entire industry. But the mission, that keeps them grounded. It's all about the practical day-to-day work of helping their users. So one is pulling them toward the future, while the other anchors them firmly in the now. Okay, so we've got the why locked down. Now let's get into the how. This is where things get interesting. We're heading into the engine room, so to speak, to see what actually powers this whole massive ambition. And their engine, it's basically like a 3-stage rocket. First stage, a rock-solid foundation of advanced software development. You gotta have that. Then, stage 2, they inject a ton of intelligence into that foundation with their pioneering AI research. And for the final stage, they use intelligent automation to kick the whole system into hyperdrive. This makes sure it's not just smart, but also crazy efficient.
We keep hearing that word scalable, and it's for good reason. That one word is really the technical heart of their whole growing without limits philosophy. Think about it. It's the difference between a tool that's kind of cool for 10 people and a platform that can support 10 million people without even slowing down. Seriously, without scalability, that big vision is just a nice dream. This makes it a concrete engineering plan.
Okay, so we've got the why, the vision. We've got the how, the engine. That brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle, the what. What is the actual, tangible stuff that comes out of all this vision and all this engineering?
So, what does this big engine actually produce? Well, it's not just one single product. It's a whole suite of tools that all work together. The best way to think of it is like a digital toolbox for businesses and for individual creators. And inside, you've got everything from these super advanced data analysis platforms to automated systems that can help you create content. This is where that mission to empower users stops being just words on a page and becomes something you can actually use.
And you can see this is absolutely not an accident. The impact they're aiming for is a direct reflection of that mission statement we saw earlier. What that means is that every single tool, every little feature, is probably engineered with one of those 3 promises in mind. Is this empowering the user? Is it sparking their creativity? Or is it helping them bridge that huge gap between a cool idea and an actual finished product? And this really gets to the core challenge they're taking on. I mean, how do you build a platform that's powerful enough for a giant, global corporation, but at the same time, keep it simple and intuitive enough for a single creator working out of their garage? It's this incredible balancing act, right? Thinking at a massive, global scale while never losing focus on what the individual user actually needs. And that brings us to the end of our breakdown. Grezorea is out there trying to build the tools for truly limitless growth. But it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question. one that kind of turns their entire mission right back on us. So let me ask you, if you had access to that kind of power, if there were absolutely no limits on your ideas, what would you build?